Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk for a few minutes about stan culture on social media, and specifically I'm going to use one of Maya Knight's crazy stans as an example, and I don't use that term lightly, but we're going to get into it. I'm going to apply a little face mask and we're going to talk, so if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so as you can see, I am back in my normal space and no car vlogs today. You know, they'll still be coming, but there have been quite a few back to back. As you guys know, life is hectic. I had to replace my washer. It was a whole thing. Either way, still very grateful that that is done, but things get hectic, life gets hectic, and as y'all know, I also work full-time and have a life to manage outside of YouTube, so I really appreciate your patience. But I wanted to highlight that if you guys look behind me, I got the cutest little heart neon sign from Target. It was only $15. I found it in the Valentine's section, and I put it on the bookshelf, so y'all will be seeing that. No, it's not just for Valentine's Day. I'm going to leave it up year round. I don't know if I'll remember to turn it on every single time I film, but nevertheless, it's here, it's cute, and it was affordable. So if you want it, go to Target. It's in the Valentine's section. Love it. So either way, the mask I'm going to be using is the Peach and Lily Super Reboot Resurfacing Mask. They sent me a small sample of this in my recent order when I repurchased my Lazy Day all-in-one moisture pads. So this was one of the samples, so I figured that we could give it a go. I have used this in the past, but it's been a couple of years. I had the full size ages ago. I remember liking it, but we're going to see how I feel about it now. But either way, the most important thing in this whole video that we're going to talk about is this lady on this video. And essentially, a woman came out and was talking about how she was upset that Maya Knight was protecting her children. And if you guys don't know who Maya Knight is, she is a mommy vlogger. Her main presence and her biggest audience is on TikTok. She does also have an Instagram and a YouTube, but she does kind of, if you asked a lot of people where they know her from, I guarantee you most of them are going to say TikTok. She's had a ton of controversy surrounding her. I have talked about Maya Knight before, and I have talked about my criticisms, and I have also talked about how I do think that some of the language that has been used towards her I think is unnecessary, but as you guys know, I'm not someone who comes up on my channel and starts dragging and name calling. That's just not me personally. I can disagree with what you're doing completely, but that also doesn't mean that I am going to co-sign people dragging you and name calling. That's just the way that I, carry myself. She recently made the very positive decision to not show her kids in the aspect that she had previously been showing them. And as we have also discussed, Maya Knight has a ton of fans and stans who defend not only her every move, but they also are creepily obsessed with her twins. So this woman came out with this video and we're going to go through it together. It's only a small clip because I believe the original video was taken down because people were calling her out for being a creepy stan. But let's listen to the video and then go from there.
Why is it now that we can't see our babies, Scout and Violet's faces?
First of all, just the fact that she calls the babies our babies, red flag number one. Let's keep going.
I just miss my babies. And I know that now we get to see like sneak peeks of the boyfriend, which is great. But where are my babies? And can we start seeing them again? No? Can we get an explanation as to why? No, I'm so invested in them. I feel like we've gone through their hating milk and starting solids and diaper rashes and sleep routines.
The desperation in her voice I find to be very alarming and scary, if I'm being quite honest. The other thing that really bothers me is that this video had almost 1,300 views in the time that it was up. And her caption says, "Please, please," with the praying hands. Lady, you are completely unhinged, and I don't care what anyone says about it. I do my best to not automatically come out and call people unhinged or crazy or, you know, whatever. But the fact that she is so quick to display her desperation and sadness over the fact these kids are now not being displayed 24 hours a day like they were before. You got oddly obsessed with these kids, and now you feel, because you are a subscriber and a follower of Maya Knight, you feel like you are entitled to see these children and their most confidential, treacherous moments. Even though this mask is blue, once you put it on, it's pretty clear, especially if you go in with a nice thin layer. I remember this mask tingling just a little bit, but nothing that was like uncomfortable. It has a kind of a weird smell. Not a bad smell, just kind of odd. One of the nice things about those Ulta stores in Target now is that you can go to Target and buy things like this. My skin is just like on its worst behavior right now, but I'm trying to get through it and not get too frustrated. But to come out and publicly be this invasive towards a mommy vlogger that you follow, you are not only setting an example of why people have such issues with these people that follow family vloggers, but you're also just really exposing yourself for literally being the biggest creep. This is creepy behavior. I don't care how anyone tries to justify it. When I talk about Alicia Doherty having stands like Auntie Lauren, I didn't just pick out Auntie Lauren out of a comment section and decide to focus on her. She has done the same thing by making herself publicly known to be very, very invested and infatuated with the Doherty children. And I've talked about her a fair amount, so I won't make this video all about her, but that's the reason why when people see people like her and like this woman, their red flags go up and they call it out for exactly what it is. Creepy behavior, oddly obsessed, entitled to children that you don't know. These influencers, yes, it was their choice to put their kids online. If they're going to make the good choice to take their kids offline, that should be respected and it should be admired, in my opinion. Anytime there's this much kind of criticism delivered, if you're going to deliver the criticism, you also have to voice the admiration for when the parent or parents or whomever decides to take these kids off the internet or protect them or limit their time that they're involved in content. That should be applauded and it should be appreciated because that means that they are making that choice to protect their kids. I think anyone who is consuming family vlogger content and able to reflect back on things like diaper rashes, diet changes, mood changes, grade, them going through grades in school or whatever it is, people who can remember these things about these kids are not mentally well. And I feel confident in that stance. I know that some people don't have a family and maybe they don't have many friends that they can count on. Maybe they don't have any friends. But guess what? There are adults that make content on social media that you can follow and support. It doesn't mean that you need to follow and become obsessed with children, because any adult that is obsessed with children is a walking red flag to me and a lot of other people. The age of oversharing your kids online, I hope, is going to continue to change. And I'll make a separate video on this, but someone asked, oh, what if all the family vloggers went away? What would you talk about then? You wouldn't have any content. It was kind of a snarky comment, which I'm fine with. To address that wholeheartedly, what I would do is continue to discuss things that are important to me, because family vloggers is not all that I cover, and it's never been my mission to have an anti-family vlogging channel. Do I talk about a lot of family vloggers? Yes. Do I also talk about other things in internet culture, pop culture, and some things here and there in my personal life that I'm passionate about? Also, yes. I wish that the family vloggers would take control and realize that once these images of these kids are out there, they end up on the dark web. People are using them inappropriately, and you are providing the content to them. Once it's posted, it's out of your hands. You have no control of where that image or video goes. The videos that Maya Knight is currently posting of her children are more sporadic, and when they are featured, you either see their face blurred out, or you might see the back of them, or not see them at all in the video. I think it's wonderful. And again, I can say, have I disagreed with a lot of the things that she has done? Yes. But do I fully agree and support a parent choosing to protect their kids? Also, yes. So I couldn't believe that woman came out, and that was not a joking video. That was not like, oh, haha, I'm being funny, and, you know, she tried to make it a joke. She truly felt entitled to continue seeing Maya Knight's children. And why do you care about a baby not liking milk or having some kind of medical issue? Why are you invested? It's because you're a weirdo and you're a walking red flag, and people need to watch out for people like you, man. And the same applies to people like Auntie Lauren, all of the Ballinger family stands, all of Colleen Ballinger specifically has a whole different set of stands that follow her. All of these people that are overly invested in family vloggers are weirdos. It looks like the last time that Maya Knight was posting her children without their faces covered or blurred was late November of last year. So I don't know about Instagram. I didn't check Instagram, but as far as TikTok, which again is her main platform where all these stands kind of huddle around these children, late November. So yes, it is a recent change, but it still should be acknowledged, and people like this weird lady should absolutely be called out. I find it to be so weird, and it's funny to me because I will call out stands and somehow I'm being the weird one. I'm not invested in someone's children. I am not overly saturated with my timeline of other people's children. I don't want to see your kids. I'm not interested in seeing your little kids run around or go to the beach for the first time or seeing bath time and all of this kind of stuff. Like, that content makes me feel uncomfortable. And we're not even talking about the dark side of it, where it's tantrums, medical visits, surgeries, emergency room visits. This is How We Bingham. They're a family who really highlights a lot of medical stuff and their kids being hurt. So if I don't want to see your kids go to the beach, I damn sure don't care what their diet is or how many times they've been to the hospital this year. I find it to be weird, and it makes me uncomfortable taking that content in. So for people who are so overly invested in the content, tells me that you are different and you're oddly obsessed. So either way, Maya Knight, I think it's great that she made this change. I hope that she sticks with it. And as I said, I want to make very clear, I do disagree with some of the things that she has done, but as far as speaking in, the present tense, I think this is an amazing change, and I hope that she sticks with it. So either way, I'm going to go rinse my mask off, but more content coming as always. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.